Alright, can everybody hear me? Got a little bit of Mac Miller going on in the background, so always gotta start it off with the vibe. If you guys can hear me, comment either on the YouTube or the Discord. YouTube not receiving enough to maintain smooth streaming. Oh, that's fucking whack. With cheesy raps. Alright, listen, 64 people are online. Alright, 5 people. Alright. You guys can either comment in the general chat on Discord or on this YouTube page. Probably get started in about 5 minutes. Alright, can everybody hear me? Like, seriously? Alright, so the first thing we're going to go over is getting your Thinkorswim set up. It's not too hard. This is what I use. I appreciate it, son. This is what I use to trade. I switch between Thinkorswim charts and TradingView charts just because TradingViews is easier. But we're gonna do this. Alright, so you go to the setup here, application settings, and this is where you can put single orders only for options, default quantity of orders. You can change it to 1 or 5, 10, depending on how big your account is and whichever. The display. look and feel. Okay, so this is how I got mine set up. I like a dark side. It's easier on the eyes if I'm staring at the screen. Don't want to be staring into bright ass light. And then the front side is small. I mean, I got decent eyesight. You shouldn't need it too big. Normal spacing. Show cursor hints, and then it'll give you a preview of how it'll look right there. So like I said, dark with high contrast is what I got. It's just easier to see. It's easier on the eyes and everything like that. That's basically how you get that set up. And then, of course, let's see here. You got different type of charts. You can go 2 different charts right there. So if you're looking at CCIV on daily, you can go with the CCIV. Like, it won't have none of your other indicators or anything like that. But you can manually put those in for the second chart. So if you want to have daily over here, you could have 1 hour over here to see how it is overall and everything like that. It's pretty easy. And if you want to trade, you go over to trade, and then it'll have the different expirations right here for the option chain. Like I said, calls is right here. How I've got mine is volume and open interest, but of course, whenever I'm during the day, I'll switch it to delta, gamma, theta, the Greeks, so I can see what I'm making. So like, this will be a $79, and delta is 59 for $1 move. So that's a pretty good delta to theta ratio right there. You lose 6 throughout the day, $6.06 on the contract throughout the day, but you make 59 if it moves up $1. Yeah, Chris, we're doing it live right now, bro. Oh, of course, he can't hear me. Alright, like I said, it's going to be recorded for YouTube, so you guys will come back and be able to look at everything and how it's set up. But if you guys want to do like how I've been calling my like long-term like leaps and all that, I'd go to volume and open interest. Like I said, I called out a CCIV leap for 18 June, I believe. So open interest 7,000 for the 25 call, 1,000 volume. Actually, it might have been 16 July. Yeah, 16 July. You got 20,000 at 30 for $90, and then 20,700 volume. But then, as you can see over here, there's really no open interest for it long term on the put side. So that gives you a reason, a little bit of a reason to be bullish on it. I don't even know how to wait. Unmute you. What do you mean? What you talking about, bro? I don't even. Alright, here. You know what? Hey, go into general chat, bro. Hold on, we're trying to get we're gonna try to get no more stock calls up in this bitch. See if we can get him in here. Hold up, guys. Give me a second. I'm not feeling fucking Travis Scott right now. What's he doing? Alright, give me a second, guys. I'm trying to get no more stocks in here real quick. Once he joins the general chat. Got him up here on my other screen. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna send him a DM. Yo, you there, bro? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Alright, bet. What's going on, man?
So you're doing the live stream, right?
Yeah. Oh, what the fuck? Whoops. My bad about that, bro. I was trying to exit the other chat.
You're doing the live stream?
Yeah. Live stream's going on right now. Hey, if you guys can hear
Alright,
no stocks,
cool.
comment something real quick.
Cool. So is this Discord linked to your YouTube right now, or they can like can they hear us or no?
Yeah, they can hear us. I'm trying to see if they can hear you.
Okay. I mean, we can like do live Q&A. You know, if they have any questions, we can answer all the questions.
Okay. So, all right. Yeah, they can hear you. They said they can hear you, bro. All right, sweet.
Stefan Yeder, what's up?
Sweet. It sounds good, man. All right. So, like I said, just went through the basis of setting up how my TOS looks. Like I said, you go to application settings. You go to look and feel. Like I said, dark, high contrast, small font, normal spacing, and then it'll give you the preview. It's just cleaner for me to looking at the stocks, the charts like this, because trading views like this as well, or at least my setup for trading view is. It's just easier on the eyes. All right, sweet. So, like I said, go over to trade to get the options open. You can go delta, gamma, theta, which is the Greeks for options. We're not going to get into that today. I'm just going to show you guys the basics, then we're going to go along with the Fibonacci and supply and demand. That sound good to you, no more stock? Hello?
Alright, so there's like it's like overlapping our voice from the Discord chat to in right here on YouTube. Why don't you try to like share your screen in the Discord so we won't have this issue?
Share screen into the Discord.
Yeah, you basically go in the Discord and then like everybody has to go to Discord and like join the general voice chat and then you can like share your screen there. Do you have that option?
Yeah, I should have that option. It won't be uploaded to YouTube. That's the only downside to it.
Oh, so if you share your screen, it won't be uploaded to YouTube. I got
Because
you.
I'm doing this through YouTube, so people can look back on it.
Got it. All right, cool. No problem.
But everybody's saying that they can hear us both, and it's coming in clear.
All right, cool. Got it.
So either way, it should work out. It should work out pretty good, you know.
Yeah, no problem. It's all good.
All right. So the Greeks right there, delta, gamma, theta, vega. If you've been trading options, chances are you guys already know about them, know what each one of them does, and it's very important as an options trader. So is volume and open interest, to give you like a look as to where the money's going, without actually having flow or anything like that, although we do have flow within the Discord. So with that being said, we're going to start out with finding going on a larger time frame, doing support and resistance, and then work our way to doing Fibonacci retracements, and then we're going to do supply and demand. So whenever you start on a stock that you want to chart, you go to, let's do H. You go to the higher time frame. So my highest time frame is weekly. I don't really go more than weekly because there's really no need to. So we go back here, go to the price level down there in the drawing tools, go to price level. Then of course, just double click on a point. And for me, for my weekly support and resistances, I switch it to till. Then I save that as a default. Then I got the lines through it, so that way whenever I make it next time, it's already like that. So what I'm looking for is for support and resistances. It's very key. One, 2 to 3 touches, and then strong rejection. One touch right there, another touch right there, another touch right there. Then it broke through, became support. And then this up here became the resistance. And then it broke back down through, came down through the other support. So we're seeing a lot of touches right here on the H, on Hyatt. Get that as a strong weekly support and resistance right there. Get another one right over here because it touches there, doesn't break above there on the weekly, touches there again, touches again, and then closes and touches there, and as you guys can see, it touched there again. Then we go down here. Right here is a strong weekly trend as well, weekly support and resistance right there. And that's basically, and then of course you work your way down to days, and then that's whenever I switch it to become, if I put in another one, I'll switch it to white, and then everything else will be white from there on out. Save it as default so I don't gotta do it again, and then that right there will be from there on out. Then you just continue working your way, doing support and resistances on different time frames. Me and myself, I don't go lower than the 1 hour for support and resistances, because at that point you can obviously see 5-minute resistance and everything like that. I just want key support and resistance levels. Is that how you do yours? No more stocks. You there, bro? All right. Well, we're gonna move on from that. Support and resistance right there. Obviously, resistance acts as the ceiling. Once you reach through the ceiling, it becomes your support because you're on another level. Then that becomes your base of support. So you break through the ceiling, it becomes the floor. Break through another ceiling, that becomes the floor. Then break through the floor, it becomes a ceiling. That's my favorite way to look at how support and resistance works like that. All right, so for Fibonacci retracements, the ones I use are just regular Fibonacci retracements, and you're gonna see how I got them set up for golden pocket and everything like that. Let's see if I can get a
Yeah,
decent one. Yeah. Okay. Oh no.
that's what I do. Yep.
Yeah. It's okay. So this is how uh I used to use Fibonacci retracements, and of course I still do use these Fibonacci retracements. Uh, this used to be one of my favorite strategies. So the 50 and the 61.8 act as a golden pocket. That is where essentially supply and demand is made as well, without having to actually go and find supply and demand by yourself as well. So normally whenever you get within the 50, the golden pocket right here, as you can see, it's actually golden. Everything else is white besides my profit target area, and that's green, as you guys can see right there. So whenever it gets into the 50.6, 50 and the 61.8, you want to look for either reverse in momentum or a continuation in the momentum. As if comes back, reverses there, and then continues to go up, or supply and demand happens. As you can see, the earnings came and it just dropped, then came back up, kept acting as supply up here, and then just kept falling down, and then eventually broke up above a strong momentum, and then it just continued skyrocketing from there. So this is an old drawing I had before this move even happened. Um, let's see here, but as you guys can see, it broke back down, created this little falling wedge right here. So you can see those white lines. I created a falling wedge, and momentum for buyers wasn't enough, and I'm not quite sure if they beat earnings or not. No, they absolutely bunked earnings. Well, it's beyond, so that's why. But so that pattern became invalid. As you can see, it tried uh, coming up here to the supply and demand, or aka the golden pocket, and it fell back down. It didn't even get close to it that time. It just rode on the 200 SMA I got right here, then just continued dropping. So if you want to do intraday, it's very good, very useful for intraday profit target areas. So if we look at this one, you go from the low to high over here because it hasn't broke from pre-market. So you go from the high up there down to the low right there. As you can see, it was above the golden pocket right there. Then these areas are my profit target area. This green area used to be old demand, which has then became supply, as you can see, and rejected supply, and then it came back down. So it's still a strong supply area now. I actually have to change that. Now that I know it's became, or I did not mean to say it was default. Go over here, transparency, so you can see through it and doesn't just block up everything. So that's how I like using my Fibonacci retracements. I like using them intraday, and then you can do long term as well. I like using them for overall market sentiment as well. So, oh wow, this is extremely laggy right now. All right, let's see here. Okay, so you could go from swing high, which is right there, to last swing low, which is right there. And as you can see, that golden pocket is a very, very well respected zone. It couldn't break below right there, which gave us that right there is a bullish sign. It kept on trying to break below, but the buyers were too involved, and after that, of course, you get that big rally up. And as you can see, it hit the zone, but then hasn't since then really moved at all. Came back down to retest the big breakout right here. So overall, market sentiment on NQ is there's a lot of flow coming in for puts and everything, and it is way overextended, of course. But nonetheless, it is. If we just if you guys want to edit it to get how I got like the white and blue, yellow and green, right here, just click it. Click on the box, put it to yellow. Click on the box, put it to white, and then click on the box, put it to green. Then it's as easy as that, in all honesty. Then if you want to, I'm going to activate it really quick so I can move it. So we go from swing high now to last swing low, which is right there. And as you guys can see, it was in that golden pocket, right? So this is still bullish to me. This is the daily. The stochastic is rising up. MACD doesn't look too interesting, but if we go on a different time frame, say 4 hour, the MACD is looking pretty interesting. Switched over to buyers. It was made a low right here, double bottomed right there. As soon as it double bottomed, market sentiment switched to bullish. MACD crossover happened, and the stochastic red line crossing over the pink, which is bullish momentum, found support on the pink line as well. As you can see, it's curling down right now. But if it drops below 13,650, that's never I'd be a little worried. But all in all, NQ is still looking bullish to me, but not 100% bullish. It's looking bullish on the daily time frame because it just came back down to test this big area it broke out that it had a lot of sellers at. So once those sellers get overtaken, that's whenever the price moves up, and then from there you're gonna have buyers waiting on it. So as you can see, the buyers waiting on it, and as you can see, that's never within the golden pocket, access supply and demand without actually having to go and draw out supply and demand by yourself. That's basically cut and dry of how I use Fibonacci retracements. I mean, it's not too complicated. It's pretty simple. Then of course you got your bigger time frames, and you move down to the smaller time frames, and you go ahead and map it out again. So you see from swing high to last swing low, not full low, but low enough to where it acted as support right there, as you guys can see. Right there. It's not swing low, but it's swing low enough. And as you can see, profit target once it breaks above would be right up here. And as you can see, it smacked that, and it's still respecting the Fibonacci retracements all in all. So that's different ways I find, especially with stocks that are making new all-time highs. That's a very good way to test out like where you should take profit and everything as well. Because if it's making all-time highs, you can't really tell where the price is gonna go. When you use Fib, do you connect the wicks to, or just the base of the candle? So it really depends. I like to go off of a stronger support and stronger resistance, so it won't always be swing high and swing low for me. For me, I do it off of stronger support and resistance areas. As you can see right there, this is a known daily respected level right here. Right there. And right there. So it doesn't always have to be swing high to swing low. Like full swing high and swing low. It can be a little adjusted, but don't adjust it too much to where it's not going to become valid. That's the only thing. You have any input on that, man? I think he disconnected. Yeah, he definitely disconnected. Okay. Alright, so with that being said, we're going to get right into supply and demand. Keep it as cut and dry as I can with you guys. So the way supply and demand works is supply is where sellers find a good price to sell at, where there's agreement met, and where they're fine with taking their profits. Demand works is whenever buyers are fine with buying it at that set price. Like they decide it's not a bad price. There's already a big imprint block there, like right on that level that they're waiting to buy over. And once the supply and demand gets broken, the supply can become the new demand. The demand can become the new supply, whichever way it breaks out. If it breaks above the supply, that now becomes a demand. If it breaks below the demand, that will now become the supply. So supply is selling and demand is essentially buying. So the way this works is, let's see if we can get this on a bigger level. So right here, as you can see, you want a decent run up other than a nice basing candle. So this is the 4 hour. So this right here, draw a rectangle. So with buyers, with demand, you're going to take the top of the basing candle down to the bottom. Edit properties, make that green more, make that transparent right there, and then you're going to put this as 4 hour demand. Then of course you can move it over, say it's 5.8, 5.10. And that'll extend all the way to 5.10. So if we look out, it doesn't really come back down and touch it, probably because there's a stronger demand over here. Let me go to a stock where I know there's supply and demand at. Alright, so we'll do start on weekly, see if we can find supply and demand on weekly. So what it is you want a decent run up, and then it'll be like a small little basin candle. So go to the day, let's see if we can find it in daily. And of course, the longer the time frame, the larger the time frame, the more strict it's gonna be. Like the more valid it's gonna be. Instead of like if you see bullish momentum on a 5-minute, but overall daily is looking bearish, you can be bullish for that little bit, but in long terms you kind of want to be bearish because you want to go with where the price is going, not really against it. So with this, let's see here. Alright, so right here you can see a strong run up, strong green Hulk dick right there, right? So what you want to do is you want to grab this rectangle, see that basing candle right there, from the top of the base, from the top of the base candle right there down to the bottom. So this will now act as your demand. This is daily demand, so it's going to be stronger than 4-hour and or 1 hour. Change that to 510. Color will be green because it's buyers. And then you want to make it a little transparent so you can see through it, so you can see what is going on instead of it just being fully there. So as you can see, broke through, good momentum, came back down, touched it, bought back up, came close to touch it again, and then after that we skyrocketed. Then it was still touching it, as you can see right here and right there. And it's still well respected, as you can see. So that right there is 4 taps. So if it touches it again, I'm not really. You want to take that how you can get it. It's either going to show bullish momentum, like bullish signs whenever it comes down and touches it again, or it's going to be bearish and it's just going to break through. And you can go back and look, and as you can see on the daily, there is a large gap to fill right here on Snap from 34.5 all the way down to 29. It's a $5 move right there that still has yet to fill. Not saying that's going to fill, because I'm not sure if it's, yeah, okay, so that right there, it's not gapped up on the weekly, but nonetheless it is gapped on the daily, so that's still showing it has a chance to fill gaps. Stock markets don't really like to leave gaps unfilled, even the slightest bit, but it can definitely happen. Let's see here. When used for retracements, draw the line from high days to low, and the snaps the wick automatically becomes. When used for retracements, you draw from the day's high to the day's low. It snaps on the wicks automatically. I'm not quite sure what you're saying, AS. Can you save your fib levels for a particular ticker? Yeah, of course you can, man. You put it on, and then it'll be on there. So if we go back to NQ, actually I think I deleted those ones. But like I said, I'm not sure if CGC has it. Yeah, you can see down here, CGC had it. That's the one I just did actually. As you can see, it's pretty accurate. You can save it on tickers until you delete it, and then of course after that you will have to manually input it again. Nowhere to connect. Yeah, I'd rather automatically draw it myself than to not draw it. You know what I mean? It's than to have it automatically auto fibs like J does, and that just doesn't really work too well for me. Um, so I'm gonna show you guys how demand works. Okay, so we did snap, right? Oh. Actually, let's do Piton. Piton was a hit last week for the Discord. As you can see here, head and shoulders. But on top of that, I already had the fib levels drawn out, as you can see here. So this one I did go from swing high to swing low fully. And then as you can see, broke down below the golden pocket right there, held it, came back down, touched the 100, hit the golden pocket again, and on top of that, this 200 SMA came through and couldn't close above it. And on top of that, Piton has about 25 different lawsuits and a death on their hands. So there's very bearish momentum. And on the weekly, you can already see the head and shoulders, but it's clearer on the weekly as to where the head and shoulders is. You go up, got the left shoulder, got the head, got the right shoulder. That right there is a shooting star on the weekly. You could have got in all the way up there for a swing trade, and you would have made buku bucks, considering that is closed at 115 and it's already at 83 in 3 weeks. No problem, Jellyman. Any more questions you guys have? You guys can drop them down. I like answering questions because I didn't really like set this up for like off the top. Like this is just straight off the dome. Nothing's really like mapped out. But as you guys can see, as I was saying, 45 is my price target, overall price target on Piton. I mean, with everything that's going on, it's not really unrealistic, but it's a pretty big one. So I mean, if you want to look for a closer price target, I don't know why I did that. Go to the fibs from high right there, down here to from low down here down to the high right there. 74, and then of course you got the 45 right there again. And it's not going to go to -7. But as you can see, let's go to the daily time frame, considering we just put in a new fib level, and see how well we specs that golden pocket. Alright, so I don't really know how to hide the whole thing. Hide the properties. I just hide it real quick. Okay, well, can't hide it. Okay, so just ignore the older ones. We're gonna go to the. Oh, don't know what I did there. Alright, so from high to low, of course it's going down this way because we want the profit targets down here, so you can see whenever it goes low. Came down, hitting the 78.6, respect the golden pocket, went back up to hit the 0, fell back down to the golden pocket, and then it just stayed below the golden pocket and consolidated. It was just getting all the sellers in because it acts as supply and demand, and so if it's staying underneath the supply is present. The sellers are just there, and then all of a sudden it just drops, and it drops hard. This big red candle is because of the lawsuit and everything coming out. Yeah, I know I can right click and remove the drawing. I'm just not trying to. Oh wait, I can control Z it back. You're not wrong. Or then it could just drop down. Like I said, I got the support and resistances lines already showing up for my time frames and everything like that. But yeah. Alright, so let's see if we can find a supply in the 4 hour right here. Alright, so with supply, once again, we're looking for a drop down, then a basing candle, and then another decent sized drop down. don't see it on the 4 hour. Let's go to daily, see if we can see anything else. Oh, that's why. Okay. So, not every stock is going to always have a supply and demand present. So, it's kind of on you to find out where it's at and figure it out. But nonetheless, it's going to be a sharp move down, and then a basing candle, and then another sharp move down. So let's go back to the 4 hour. Let me see if I missed over it. Here it is. There we go. Alright, so you guys see the sharp move down, and then this basing candle right here. So with the supply, how that works is you want to get the bottom of the basing candle to the top of the basing candle, to the top wick of the basing candle. Right there. Edit properties, rectangle. We're going to do 4 hour supply. Put that to 10. Color is going to be pink. Go back, make it transparent right there. Okay, confirm that. And as you guys can see, hit it, came down, found another fib, came back up, and the sellers were present, and then it pushed it down further. And it hasn't really tested it since. So if we get to go to the 1 hour, literally just hit it, then fell. Let's go into the 5 minutes, see if we can get it. So whenever it hits into these levels, you don't automatically just want to get into this is supply. You don't automatically just want to get into a sell without seeing technical analysis or anything else like that. So as you can see here, let's go to the. It's gonna be 1 day, 1 minute. Let's change that. So this is how you guys can change the different time, add time frame, interval, integration period, intraday, 1 minute. Let's go 5 days. Okay, so I'm just gonna add that. Apply, hit OK, and then we can go down here to the 5 day, 1 minute. Okay, so let's go right here. As you guys can see right there, came up, hit it, came back up, it double topped out right there. And if we switch to the 5 minutes right here, you guys can then see that it created a shooting star, which is a bearish candlestick right there. Shooting stars and hammers are very key when finding reversals within supply and demand and or just in general. So as you guys can see, shooting candle happened, and then of course the news happened with Piton. Everybody knows about the news that happened, where they recalled all their units, literally every single one. And then it just dropped like that, and it moved. What was it? $17, $15 from 199, 98. We'll say 99. Give it the best benefit of the doubt. 99 down to 82, 81.5. That's $17 move within intraday from supply and demand. It's not always going to be because of supply and demand or anything like that. You'll find out most of these technical analysis happen and then break out with news. It's kind of crazy the way technical analysis works with news, because they kind of go hand in hand, but nobody really knows besides institutions and everybody like that. So if we go to the 1 hour here, let's see if we can find a demand. Alright, let's go to the 4 hour, see if we can find demand. Okay, so there's not really any demand that I see from this 4 hour chart. I didn't see any on the 1 hour chart either. which is very good for us, because me myself, I'm still in the still within the piece on shorts, but nonetheless, I don't see any demand here. Let's see if we can go to, let's go to SPY. SPY's a good one to find supply and demand. Let's go to the 1 hour here. Alright, so let's see here. We want a solid run up with a basing candle. I don't really see. Yeah, let's switch to the 4 hours, see if we can see anything different. Sweet little candy canes. Okay, so right here, this is what I see. So even though it's aftermarket, it can become the demand for it as well. So you got the strong run up. It didn't really have a chance to cool off besides just over here, but it's just respecting the golden pocket. So this is what I see right here. I see this demand right here. So since it's going to be demand, is going to be from high wick. Crap, what did I say? I actually forget. From low base to low wick, right there. That's going to be the demand for the 4 hour right there. So edit properties again for 4 hour demand. Got that. Make it green. And then once again we go and make it transparent right there. Apply. Okay, then let's move to the 1 minute time frame, see if we could see any type of reversal here within this demand. Alright, so came down, it kind of created a trend line right there. Demand, as you guys can see, buyers stepped in, and this volume right here was bigger than the last candle. So that right there is a sign as well. On top of that, you can kind of see this little 1 minute trend going on, and it broke above with volume right there. Now on top of that, your 921 EMA crossed, your 50 and 200 EMA crossed as well, which is showing bullish momentum throughout the day. That is a golden cross right there. And as you guys can see right there, then the 50 and 200 crossed again to make it a death cross, and then it crossed again right there. The golden cross and death cross are best used on bigger time frames like daily and or weekly or 4 hour, maybe even 1 hour. I don't really go off of the cross on the 1 hour for 50 and 200 EMA and or SMA. As you can see, it also created this little doji right there, which is a reversal pattern. MACD became bullish, had that crossover, so Cass6 was already bullish as well. So you could have taken it from the trendline break from, let's say, 419.5, and then let's see if we can find any. Oh yeah, no, there's absolutely no supply. So like I said, whenever that happens right there, where it's making new highs, this is what you do. So since it already broke above, I had this little trading range right there. You just make the fibs on there. Just make your fibs right there. I wouldn't really go from the top right here. I'd go from a stronger resistance, which is right there, down to the bottom, which is right there. And as you guys can see, go to the 1 minute. Came down, broke above, shot through the golden pocket, came and retested the golden pocket, and then made its way to the first profit target, and then very, very close to the second profit target. Did not hit the second profit target though. Like I said, let's activate this drawing really quick and see what it looks like from the highest point right there. Alright, so as you can see, highest point to the lowest point within pre-trading, within pre-market right there, it hit the profit target dead on, 3 cents off. But you'd have to, with that point, I mean, you could have gotten at the bottom with the demand, and then just rode it out, see where it goes. Have your stop loss right below the demand. You don't want it at the bottom of the demand. You want it a little bit lower, so that way this then becomes invalid and or turns into supply. But that just about does it. I covered how to set up your TOS, covered how I use Fibonacci retracements and how to find supply and demand. Like I said, supply, big green candle, big green hawk dick, little bit of a basin candle. For demand, you want to go from bottom wick to the bottom of the top basin and or to the top of the top basin, whichever one you want to do. And then for supply, it's the opposite. You go from the bottom of the basin candle to the top of the wick. Top of the basin candle wick. So that's it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. A little self-explanatory, how fibs work, how supply and demand works. Supply and demand is used by big institutions and very educational retail traders. That's how institutions have an edge on the retail traders, because they're already there with their big buy-in, and whenever your supply and demand happens, you'll be able to see within like active trader or something like that a big like here, let's actually do on demand. Let's see if we can do on demand. Let me show this message, blah blah blah. Sure. No, not June. Let's go this month. No, that's 2023. Let's see. I'm trying to get it to. Just give me a second, guys. May, and then I thought it was Friday. Is Friday a no-go? Can I not do Friday? Not sure why it's not letting me do Friday. I was gonna try and show you guys how it looks whenever it hits supply and demand, but I guess it's not letting me do this last Friday for some reason. I'm not quite sure why, but you know, whatever. Nonetheless, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna end it here. Hope you guys got a little bit out of it.